The first game of the third selection arc is about to start, and it's finally time for Isagi to try and play and coexist with Rin and Shidou, who is right now the best players in Blue Lock. The other two players of the team are Nanas and Ninjiro and Hiyori Yu, who will give their all to win. To match the furious Team A, Team B will have to take out some of their most dangerous players to match them, which they definitely do because their team contains of both Karuso and Otoya, but also Shigemaya Koye, Saramada Karyu, and of course Ryoma Shigiri. Anyway, the game starts with a pass from Rin to Shidou. He dashes up on the field but gets accompanied by Otoya, who is giving Shidou a hard time. Isagi sees that Otoya is able to match Shidou's level, so he goes to assist him, which gives him a pass. With the ball at Isagi's feet, there's only one player he's set to pass to, and it's of course Rin. Shigema goes to block Rin but gets hit by a 1-2 from Rin and Isagi, who gets behind him in no time. Isagi sees their opportunity and passes to Rin, but just then, the princess himself goes to block the ball. The ball bounces up in the sky and lands in Team B's gold penalty area. When Saramadra goes to clear it, he gets interrupted by Shindo, who gets to the ball first. Isagi says that Shidou's reflexes is in fact not normal, but is said really fast. He also says that he can read the possibilities of Shidou and goes to assist him, with the ultimate goal of also throwing Rin into the mix to get him to score. But just then, Shidou reaches the ball and kicks it from behind right into the goal, giving Team A a 1-goal lead. Isagi is shocked at Shidou's ability to score without even looking at the goal, and understand that this is the true power of the second best player in Blue Lock, Ryuse Shidou. But with Shidou's goal, he also wakes up another fierce player on the field. Team B starts with the ball and Otoya passes it on to Karuso. Isagi goes to block him, and when he sees Karuso looking away, he sees the opportunity to take the ball, but Karuso had already anticipated that and gets around him, but Isagi is still back on his tail. Karuso tells Isagi that he is the weak point of Team A, and that he will crush them this match, but just then, Shindo comes up to back up Isagi. But Karuso uses his knowledge of gravity and uses it to shift both Shidou's and Isagi's center point, which lets him get behind them with a feint. After that, he scores with ease, making it even. Hiyori tells Isagi that Karuso uses his sharp analytic ability to pinpoint the weak link in the opposing team and crushes them, and tells Isagi that he is Karuso's prey. Hiyori knows Karuso spends her time in the youth team in Kanasai and advises Isagi to not hide his weaknesses, but instead to fight with his strengths. Shidou passes the ball to Isagi and tells him to do the same thing as before, basically making Isagi do all the dirty work. Anyway, Karuso goes to block Isagi and also blocks his way of passing to Rin, making it a 1-on-1. When Isagi thinks about ways to get the ball to Rin, Karuso takes his hand and forces his way into Isagi's lane, which also gives him the ball. Karuso runs to the goal but is met with a 3-on-1 by Team A, but another player has been making quite steps around the field, and that player is none other than Otoya, who gets behind both Hiyori and Rin with the use of his stealthy steps. And with no one left, the ninja scores, giving Team B a 1-goal lead, and also showing off their full abilities. Everyone of the Team A gives them credit for their insane strong offensive abilities, or except Rin, who brushes it off. The game is back on and Rin has the ball. Isagi screams to use him, but just then, Karuso comes in his way, blocking Rin's passing away. But Rin isn't too phased as he passes the ball to Hiyori instead, telling him to match him. The two of them break through both Saramadra and Shigema with ease. Isagi sees their play and understands that Hiyori's skill is his really good passing ability. Otoya goes to block Rin, but Shidou and Shigiri also comes, but none of that matters, because Rin is the best player after all, and he proves it by using Shidou's movements as a cover to then score, making it even. Even though Rin is playing the game perfectly, Isagi isn't happy as he hasn't been able to do anything this entire match. He knows that this might be his most important match to prove himself and thinks about what it is that he can do to stand out. Shigiri is also having the same thoughts as Isagi has and knows that to the top 6 they are replaceable, but even then he's determined to do everything he can to prove himself. The game is back on and Karuso starts with the ball. Shigiri tries to analyze the field to find out what it is that he can do. He sees that Otoya is always sticking close to Karuso and that it's useless to get between them. To be useful, he has to do what he's best at, running. So he goes to the right side of the field. Isagi tries to stop him, but Shigiri bursts through him. Karuso sees Shigiri and decides to give him a chance, so he passes. Rin goes to block of Shigiri's passing aways, but it's useless, because Otoya has already entered the penalty area, and Shigiri sees it as he makes his pass. Otoya tells him that Shigiri's speed hypes him up as he scores another goal. With that, Shigiri finally proved himself to both Karuso and Otoya. The game is back on, and Rin passes to Hiyori, without even thinking about Isagi. Isagi realizes that he can't do anything about that, and instead he goes to wait in front of the goal for a chance. But Isagi is quickly accompanied by Karuso, who isn't letting him go. Hiyori sees Rin and passes, but just as the ball is going down, both Rin and Shidou goes for it, making them collide with each other. The ball bounces down to Shigiri, passes it on to Otoya, who passes it on to Karuso, who scores his second goal this game, making the score 2-4 to Team B, who is now only 1 goal from winning. With that mistake, Rin and Shidou starts going off at each other before Nanatsu breaks it up. The game starts with Rin being in control of the ball before passing it on to Hiyori, but they get intercepted by Otoya who breaks their 1-2 pass. Isagi screams to use him, but it's useless as Karasu is still marking him down. But then, for the first time this match, Nanase calls for a pass, which he gets from Hiyori. This also benefits Isagi, because when Karasu looks over at Nanase, that's when Isagi uses Karasu's blind spot to break through him. Isagi now has the ball and he looks for an opening for Rin, and he sees one, but just as he's about to shoot the ball, Shidou comes running to him, telling him to pass him. Isagi thinks that Shidou will pass the ball to Rin after receiving it, so he passes, but instead of passing, Shidou turns around to shoot the ball himself, making an amazing goal. Isagi now knows what's left for him to score his own goal, and to really mark down his presence in this game. Team B starts with the ball and Karasu is set on breaking Isagi, and just when they are about to meet, Rin comes in their way, telling Isagi to go away. The duel between Karasu and Rin is fairly even, but Karasu sees it as meaningless as he isn't getting past him. So instead he decides to pass to Otoya, but when he passes the ball, that's when Isagi strikes and comes from both of their blind spots and intercepts the pass and gaining the control of the ball. He makes a 1-2 with Hiyori to get behind Saramadra, but behind him waits Otoya, who tells him that the road's closed. But the road doesn't stay closed for long, as Nanase comes asking for a pass from Isagi, which he receives. The three of them completely breaks Team B's midfield, but back in the defense lies Shigiri, who tries to stop the breakthrough. But just then, Shidou comes running, asking for a pass, telling them that he can score. So Hiyori passes, but he doesn't pass to Shidou. No, he passes to Isagi, who's running freely on the field. But unfortunately, Isagi misses the ball with just one tip of his shoe. Team B clears the ball, but the cleared ball falls to both Rin and Karasu, who's in a fierceful battle with each other. Rin luckily reaches the ball first and makes an incredible goal, making it even. Isagi knows that the final step couldn't be reached by him, but by Rin. When Karasu and Rin fall to the ground, Karasu compliments Isagi and says that he has awakened into a better player than he was before. Isagi says that the three of them have finally become useful to Shidou and Rin, but even with that, Isagi is still frustrated, because this isn't the type of football he wants to play. Hiyori goes forward to Isagi to apologize for the pass he sent, but Isagi denies that and tells Hiyori that the pass was perfect and that it was his body that couldn't keep up. But that's when Hiyori explains to Isagi that if he starts to move after he thought about it, it will be too late. Hiyori tells Isagi that up to his point, he haven't made plays by seeing, thinking, then moving. That won't keep up anymore, and to become stronger and a better player, he has to do it in reverse and move before even thinking. With that, the game is back on. Karasu has the ball, but is being marked down by both Rin and Isagi, so he decides to pass to Shigiri and tells him to burst past them. But just as the pass is going down, Shidou intercepts it and steals it from Shigiri, and says that the star has now entered the stage. The loose ball falls to Nanase, who passes it on to Isagi. Isagi and Hiyori links up and passes each other, before Karasu comes and blocks his passing way to Hiyori, but just then, Rin comes and tells Isagi to pass him. Isagi also sees Nanase on the side and creates a triangular formation to break through Team B. With Karasu and Otoya both left in the dust, Isagi passes the ball onto Hiyori, but Hiyori is getting some real trouble by Shigiri, who isn't letting him pass. Isagi knows that whoever takes control of the middle area of the goal will be the one who scores the final goal of the game. He thinks about where he should position himself to score, but he can't find anywhere. After that, he gives up to try and think about where he should position himself. Instead, does Hiyori told him, and to move before thinking. So Isagi stops thinking and is now moving by feeling. Hiyori finally shakes off Shigiri and passes the ball into the middle area, where both Rin and Shidou is headed to. Both of them are about to hit the ball, but just then, another player enters. That player is none other than Isagi Yuichi, goes in between both of them and reaches the ball first. So he shoots a killer ball right into the net, giving Team A the win. Isagi doesn't understand it, but what he does understand is that in that moment, he definitely surpassed both Rin and Shidou. Nanase jumps on top of Isagi out of happiness and tells him that he was unbelievable in a moment. Even Shidou says that he quite liked it when Isagi exploded. And to top it all off, Rin comes and tells him that he made a super goal, before ending it with calling him luck and telling him that it pisses him off. And that's how Isagi surpassed both Rin and Shidou and proved himself as a player who's ready to give it his all. This moment and match in general is such an underrated match, and after rereading it, I definitely think they deserve some more love. Because this match was filled with so many crazy goals, but it also showed us so many new interesting characters, such as Otoya, Karasu, Hiyori and Nanase. But I'm really interested in hearing what you thought about this match, so please let me know down in the comments. And if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you to subscribe to the channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like as it helps out a ton with the algorithm. And if you are curious to see how Isagi crushes the king, then please watch the video, which will be popping up on the screen right now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.